Hello, and welcome to the Get Lean and Eat Clean podcast. My name is Brian Grin. I'm a certified health coach, trainer, and author. And this podcast is for middle-aged men and women looking to optimize their health and get their bodies back to what it once was 10 to 15 years ago. I will give you simple, actionable items to get long-term sustainable results. Thanks for listening and enjoy the show. All right, welcome to the Get Lean, Eat Clean podcast. My name is Brian Grin. I hope you had a great weekend. Hopefully had a nice Thanksgiving, spent some time with some family or friends, and now we're back at it. It's Tuesday, and so happy Tuesday. And hopefully you had a chance to listen to my interview, which was a rebroadcast with Dr. Ben Beekman. I think it's important every once in a while to have these rebroadcasts of these interviews because they sort of get lost by the wayside sometimes, or you listen to them once or you don't listen to the whole thing. And, you know, Dr. Ben Beekman is been in the health industry for a long time and has been studying mainly insulin. And just recently, probably over the last couple of years, came out with a book called Why We Get Sick. So definitely recommend that. But we touched on all about the importance of controlling insulin, how to break a fast. We talked about how chicken is, could be potentially harmful, and much, much more. So if you haven't already, definitely check out my interview with Dr. Ben Beekman. That's episode 308. Now, on today's micro podcast, I wanted to get into, something that I've been doing over the last few years. And that is infrared saunas, and sort of give you the benefits. I'll put a link in the show notes there's a lot of different studies that have been done more and more recently on infrared saunas, but I tried to find things that make the biggest impact. And, obviously I'm not going to promote everyone to go out and get an infrared sauna. There's more and more companies coming out with ones that are affordable and that hopefully can fit in a space that works well for your house. If not, there's areas locally that you can go to hopefully as well from time to time. And I'm just going to hit on some of the pros of using an infrared sauna, because one of the big things that I have found from using them is sleep, actually helping me with sleep. I've been a decent sleeper for the most part, but what I do find, I don't go in it every day, but the days I do go in it, gosh, I feel like I get better REM sleep, more deep sleep. And so, that sort of prompted me to talk about it, because as you research infrared saunas even more, they've been linked to helping with, high blood pressure, stress, insomnia, anxiety, and much, much more. One of the interesting points that I think comes up quite a bit when you start researching infrared saunas is sort of this passive cardio activity that gets talked about, where it's almost going in the sauna is stimulating the circulation system, just like similar to exercise. Now, I'm not saying that this is going to replace exercise, but it sort of gives you one more tool to help your body to be active without actually the physical demands of exercise. So if you are maybe injured or you can't do certain things, or you just want to mix it up, there's this mimicking effect that you can get from being in the sauna, the same thing as if you were going to do some exercise, maybe a long run or some type of maybe stressful, yet not necessarily, like, it's not like going to mimic resistance training, but it'll mimic some type of cardiovascular endurance training. So I thought that was interesting. And then some of the other things that I'm sure maybe you've already known about, going in saunas, is the fact that, you're creating this detoxification, because obviously one of your biggest glands in the body is your skin. And if the infrared wavelengths, what happens is they penetrate the skin surface, and then you release toxins trapped within. And you're releasing these toxins through sweat, something that I don't do enough of, probably. I'm not the biggest sweater. I've never been, even when I exercise. So this is sort of a critical component of your body's detoxification process. And infrared saunas can sort of help expedite this process. And so that's part of the reason why I like going in there, because I don't sweat doing a lot of things. I do hot yoga from time to time. So do get a sweat from that. But there's been linked, like I was pulling up studies as far as sweating was concerned. And there's been systematic reviews seeing that individuals had arsenic, cadmium, lead, and mercury in their sweat. And I'll put a link in the show notes for the company that I got my sauna from, and I'm not affiliated with them at all, but they do a lot. There's a lot of studies and science articles that they have, anything from detoxification all the way to like pain research and Alzheimer's. It's pretty interesting. I'm not going to be able to touch on all that today. I just figured I'd hit on some of the highlights. Another one that came up was heart health. And this is, big because the sauna can help reduce stress and improve blood vessel function. And so these are all factors that are relevant for improved heart health. So that was one that I thought would be fairly relevant. Also, to stress reduction, obviously, is a big one. I do find going in the sauna is sort of just this. It's like you can't even explain it. It's like this peaceful environment. I'm sure you've all experienced that if you've gone in them. But studies have shown that regular use of infrared saunas can help reduce stress levels in the body, improve body's immune response, and even help regulate hormonal imbalances. So stress reduction is a big one. And then from there, like I mentioned already, but improve sleep. I think, like I said, I think if you focus on stress reduction and improving sleep, a lot of the other pillars of health can fall into place. And so something like a sauna from time to time can help do that. Because, everyone is living hectic lifestyles, and, the issues of, as you get older, of not sleeping well is something that I find that comes up a lot with, clients. And even, I sleep pretty well, but you can always improve it, right? It's like anything else. And it's been linked to helping individuals fall asleep faster and stay asleep for extended periods of time. So the heat from the sauna can help calm the mind, relax the body, and can definitely promote better sleep quality. So those are the main ones that stuck out. And also too, there's, obviously increased circulation, reducing inflammation's another big one. So even some pain relief from muscle soreness and things like that also are linked to infrared saunas and saunas in general. So I think an infrared sauna is an excellent way to, help. One cool benefit, like I mentioned before, is mimic sort of that cardiovascular stress that gets put on by the body from exercise. So even if you're injured and you want to get, a sweat in, this would be a great way to do it. But, improve in mood, reduce the risk of chronic disease. It's just a whole bundle of things to promote physical and mental well-being. And so I always like doing certain things that can sort of hit this cascade of effects that are positive for you. And I think doing some type of sauna use can go that way. So if you have a little extra room in the house, maybe look into it. If not, maybe find a place that you can go to maybe once or twice a week at a minimum. And I really think that, the health benefits of an infrared sauna can really, help improve, like I mentioned, sleep, stress, pain relief, detoxification, and really sort of create this cascade of effects that I think go a long way. So that's what I want to touch on today. I'll definitely put a link in the show notes. My particular sauna that I purchased was called the infrared sauna. That's the name of it. And I'll put a link in the show notes for that and all the research that's been done around it. And if you have any questions, feel free to email me. If you're loving these micro podcasts and these interviews, feel free to leave a review. We'll love it. And if you're looking for some guidance, to check out my Stepladder System book, you can go on my website, briangrin.com, or just go to stepladdersystem.com as well. So that's all I wanted to touch on today. Have a healthy, great day, and I will talk to you on Friday with another great interview. Thanks so much for listening. Thanks for listening to the Get Lean, Eat Clean podcast. I understand there are millions of other podcasts out there, and you've chosen to listen to mine, and I appreciate that. Check out the show notes at briangrin.com for everything that was mentioned in this episode. Feel free to subscribe to the podcast and share it with a friend or family member that's looking to get their body back to what it once was. Thanks again, and have a great day.